What's going on, people? Welcome back to another video. My name is Izzy and you're watching Paper Talk. Papers. It's only bloody time for the papers, mate. What time do you call this? It's better late than never, and it is actually early somewhere. So good morning to you wherever you are. Good afternoon, good evening, konnichiwa. We're back again for more breaking news for that ass and to see exactly what's making the headlines in the back pages of these, the most fraudulent publications available to man. We buy them so that you don't have to. Love to your mothers. Hope you're doing well and looking after each other in these strange and turbulent times. We're all we've got, people. We have got plenty to be going through this morning, this afternoon, or this evening, wherever you are, including not only what's in the back pages, but also what's on the tinterwebs and doing the rounds in the rumour mill. Because, of course, it is silly season. The January transfer window with yet 10 days left. Let's crack straight on and get down to business. This is for the ones who care. 9 in the morning in New York. Oh, we've turned... What's going on here? We're sort of see-through. We're going to start this off with Emma Raducanu, who says she refused to quit for a second time after quitting in Wimbledon. She is, of course, the US Open champion, but is she ever going to win another Grand Slam again? This time, blisters on her hand in only the third game. She has gone down in 3 sets to Montenegro's world number 98, Danka Kovinic. But I'm beginning to think that she's not as good as people make it out. Andy Murray also suffering a shock defeat in the second round. 35 years old now. He's only won 4 matches in his last 5 Grand Slams. Raducanu's clearly got a bright future ahead of her. She's incredibly marketable, and with plenty of years to go in her career, I'm sure she can fix this. On the left-hand side of the Daily Mirror today, we've got a huge Newcastle story by Simon Bird, who says Newcastle are telling clubs that if they sell them players, they will pay them a bonus further down the line when they ultimately end up winning the Champions League. That is right. Relegation-threatened Newcastle United are offering bonuses to clubs who sell them players based on the club winning the Champions League further down the line. They are so convinced that they're going to end up beating the likes of Real Madrid and Bayern Munich that they are offering financial incentives to those who they do business with. And of course, the main story on the back of the Daily Mirror today, Harry Jota. What's that about? Harry Jota? Am I missing something? Oh, Harry Potter. The main story, the League Cup second leg semi-final as Arsenal go 2-0 down to Diogo Jota's, the sensational second goal at least. Twice putting Arsenal to the sword and earning Liverpool a Carabao Cup final showdown with Chelsea. Arsenal getting knocked out of another competition, the second competition in the space of a week or so, leaving their season in potential turmoil. Onto the back of the Daily Star. Over here, we have Ron has US plan up in the air. This is sensational breaking news, an exclusive by Jeremy Cross, who says that Manchester United are worried about losing Cristiano Ronaldo at the end of the season. Ronaldo, of course, right now is making the headlines because he's slightly disillusioned with life at Old Trafford. He has scored 14 goals this season, I believe, but there have been a couple of sort of tantrums being thrown or some petulant behaviour, which he is, of course, famous for anyway. But that's been making the headlines more than perhaps the football. And it was made increasingly clear when he was hauled off or substituted, whichever way you want to look at it, by Ralph Rangnick against Brentford. Manchester United have got a pre-season tour booked for July in the United States. And that trip is potentially worth up to £30 million to Manchester United. But they know that travelling to the States without Cristiano would lessen the club's appeal and have serious impact on the value of them going across to the Atlantic. Cristiano, 36, has the option to extend his deal by 12 months in the summer, but he's waiting to see what the team achieves between now and then and who replaces interim boss Ralph Rangnick before deciding what to do. On the back of the Daily Telegraph, Andy Murray says, I may not be back, casting doubts on his competitive future after a straight sets loss to Japanese qualifier Taro Daniel. the worst result by ranking of his Grand Slam career. Is it all over for Andy Murray? On the back of The Guardian, we have got a repeat dose of England's fraudulence in Australia as the women's side lose in their Ashes opener by 9 wickets. I've got this lovely inset picture of all these Liverpool stars who look like they're just celebrating and rubbing it in my face. Mersey paradise as Diogo Jota fires ruthless Liverpool to Wembley. On the back of the Times, we've got a cricket story which I can personally relate to. Counties are driving elitism. There are 3 former England players who've accused cricket counties in the English game of charging way too much and contributing to an elitist game. Back of the Daily Express has got inset picture of Thomas Partey, who flew back from AFCON only to see himself sent off a second yellow card after about 10-15 minutes of being on the pitch. An awful night for Arsenal, which has got a lot of people thinking about what is actually going on this season. It looks like it's top 4 or nothing for Mikel Arteta now. The controversy surrounding former Newcastle United man Chancel Mbemba's age has resurfaced again. 9 years ago, there was an investigation opened after there were 3 different birthdays linked to the Congolese international, who is currently contracted to Porto. However, they don't want to renew his contract, and they are claiming that he's lied about his age for his entire career. His age has actually been the subject of speculation for many a year now, and the earliest birthday linked to him is actually August 1988, which would make him 33 now. Initially, this story had gone away because he had claimed he was born in 1994 and was willing to and did end up taking bone tests so he could prove that to Newcastle. Mrs. Lindelof posting on Instagram that during Victor's game this Wednesday night, we had a break-in at our house in Manchester. This must have been terrifying for her because she was home alone with both the kids, but managed to hide and lock themselves in a room before they entered their house. Incredibly traumatic and scary moment for both her and the little kids who are now in Sweden spending time with their families. This is more drama and chaos for a woman who blatantly been through the wars right now with her husband and his health scare. Manchester, man, there's a lot of crime in Manchester, isn't there? Barcelona's French international Ousmane Dembele has released a statement on Instagram where he says, hello everybody, it's been 4 years since I've stopped reading things about myself without ever trying to justify myself. He says the coach has asked him to play without allowing him to train at all, but he's done it because he's so passionate about football and loves having the most beautiful job in the world playing for Barcelona. Barcelona have come out and said that he is either going to be sold in January or he will be signing a contract extension. I guess this is his response. This is coming out of the Spanish press, Mundo Deportivo, who say Stoichkov has spoken out against Dembele, saying, don't stain the shield, and that is going to be about the badge. Stoichkov also pointing out that Dembele's performances have been poor. Thank you very much, he said, for deceiving people by making them believe that you know how to play football. Right, the Athletic say that Newcastle United will travel to Saudi Arabia next week for a warm weather training camp. Eddie Howe has hinted they may also play a friendly out there as well, saying that it's a football decision and it's not going to be a distraction of any sorts. The club haven't yet confirmed whether they're going to be meeting with any Saudi officials, but the British press are super keen to find that one out. Ex-Arsenal man Thomas Vermaelen retiring at the age of 36 and looks like he's on the verge of becoming the Belgian assistant manager. Algeria have been knocked out in unceremoniously unglorious scenes. I think they were the favourites going into the competition, but they have finished bottom of their group. A Premier League player who plays for Everton but can't be legally named has had his bail extended for a 4th time. He was arrested in July last year after the police raided his family home and seized several items. Continues to be under investigation for the offences which have been described as very serious by Greater Manchester Police's major incident team. I think everybody knows who we're talking about, but for legal purposes we can't mention his name. However, last year Fabian Delph was wrongly named as the player in question after social media went a bit crazy. However, for legal purposes we can't name this person, but it turns out that. He's had his bail extended for a 4th time now. I'm not sure exactly what that means. Tottenham midfielder Tanguy Ndombele, £54 million man, is in talks with PSG, according to Goal. Spanish publication Marca are saying that Sevilla are still chasing Manchester United's Anthony Martial. However, they have also got their eyes on Lyon's Moussa Dembele as an alternative. The Mail say that Newcastle United have offered £14.5 million to Bayer Leverkusen for left-back Mitchell Bakker. Antonio Conte wants to freshen up his squad in the January transfer window, hoping Daniel Levy's going to back him, and Spurs apparently considering a move for AC Milan and Ivory Coast midfielder Frank Kessie. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang's released a positive message for Arsenal fans on his Instagram, saying he got back to London yesterday, did some additional checks, and he's very happy to say his heart is absolutely fine and he's completely healthy. That is fantastic news. With Sky Sports saying that Aubameyang has been attracting interest from PSG, Juventus, AC Milan, Sevilla and Marseille, who apparently have all inquired about the striker's availability. This is a little article from Goal, giving us football's best free agents at the end of the season and showing us who exactly is going to be making it into the final year of their contracts in Europe's top 5. Some fantastic names available and up for grabs here with Paul Pogba, Juan Mata, Kylian Mbappe, Luis Suarez, Ousmane Dembele, Paulo Dybala, Isco, Alexander Lacazette, Divock Origi, Gareth Bale. There are some absolutely huge names on here, except Hugo Lloris has just signed a new deal with Spurs. Burnley submit £10 million bid for Sardar Asmoon. Wow, his record is unreal. Look at that. 39 goals in 60 games for Iran. 52 goals in 79 games for Zenit St. Petersburg. And Burnley have put in a £10 million bid for this lad. Sardar Asmoon, Iranian international who plays at Zenit St. Petersburg, despite the fact that he is out of contract this summer. Arsenal fans, we do have breaking news where Dusan Vlahovic is concerned, as the Fiorentina director has confirmed that the Serbian striker is up for sale. Arsenal believed to have already tabled a bid of £66 million, and that bid has apparently been accepted. It includes about £22 million of additional add-ons. However, there's been an apparent hiccup and or hurdle in the negotiations, because it's believed that the Serbian international may yet want to stay at Fiorentina for another season before joining Juventus on a free transfer in what would be 2023. It does look like there's also been a little bit of a breakthrough in terms of the talks as well, because Vlahovic, who was initially thought to be not that excited about the prospect of moving to the Emirates, wanted to keep his options open. He does, however, have just 18 months left on his deal, and the agent is obviously keen for there to be some sort of transfer battle between the likes of Juventus, Manchester City, maybe even Bayern Munich and Arsenal. However, according to this Italian publication called La Repubblica, Arsenal may have made an important breakthrough. They say that the club have agreed terms with Fiorentina and are said to be willing to part with a sizable fee to ensure that his agent is satisfied. The player is happy with the £160,000 a week, which would put him in the highest earners at the club, or at least that bracket. And he's reportedly considering the move. Now, that is specifically out of La Repubblica, but it is a sentiment that's being echoed across the UK media as of about 2 hours ago. Arsenal boosted with Fiorentina open for Dusan Vlahovic offers amid this agent and Juventus sort of madness that's going on. It's quite clear that the agent is keen to cash in as much as possible on a man who is flavour of the month, and Juventus may well have a gentleman's agreement with him. Now, the Standard are quoting Italian publication La Gazzetta, but they say Juventus have made a £30 million offer for Dusan Vlahovic, which includes winger Dejan Kulusevski. Fiorentina's director Joe Barone telling local publications there will be some exits, but we have to be very careful. The market is not closed. Some English teams have contacted Fiorentina, but there is no agreement in any case, were available for talk. So they're basically putting him in the shop window, looking for cash, and apparently there are clubs making offers. Juve making a £30 million plus Dejan Kulusevski offer. Arsenal apparently having a £66 million offer accepted. The Express say that Arsenal are absolutely determined to get Dusan Vlahovic and that he is their main target. Vlahovic obviously attracting the interest of several top European clubs, and his agents so far appear to be the main issue. It looks like Fiorentina's Joe Brown is happy to accept that offer of about £60 million for the 21-year-old. However, Arsenal have been warned that there won't be an agreement over a transfer unless Vlahovic and his inner circle alter their position on a move to the Emirates. So that 442 piece was alluding to the fact that he might be happy on 160 grand a week at Arsenal. However, the main sentiment across these publications seems to be that his agent and him are looking for a bigger move or to an alternative big club. Everton have apparently interviewed Fabio Cannavaro for the managerial role. This will be controversial for some because he's not really got a great deal of experience in the top leagues. He has had a stint in China at Guangzhou and also time in the Arab Emirates and Saudi Arabia. Cannavaro being linked to the Everton job, which is also attracting the interest of the likes of Wayne Rooney and Frank Lampard. Farhad Moshiri's been criticised as being slightly frivolous with the splashing of the cash in the past. So given that Cannavaro has been paid £10.5 million a season at Guangzhou, there will be some Everton fans that are shaking their head at the prospect of more money being spent in the wrong place here. That's about it for this time, lads. If you've enjoyed the video, please do show your appreciation by smashing the hell out of the like button, subscribing to the channel if you are new, and turning those bell notifications on so you never miss an upload from your fraud father. For now, though, I've been Hugh Wizzy, and this has been a lot of fun. Peace, lads.